Welcome. This is Truth Detective with Stephanie Lee. Dystopian Stories. Towers. In the bustling city of Metropolis, I was known for my sharp wit and keen investigative skills. I had seen my fair share of mysteries, but nothing could have prepared me for the enigma surrounding electromagnetic frequency radiation, otherwise known as the acronym EMF. It all started with a cryptic message stuffed in my apartment mailbox one morning. The note detailed the hidden dangers of electromagnetic frequency radiation, emphasizing the potential health risks that it posed to those unaware. Who left this note? Well, I didn't know. It was surely by someone who wanted to stay anonymous, but also wanted to get the truth out. It was typed on an old 1970s typewriter and was a relic of a time lost in low-tech office writing devices. Low-tech anything, I was on the case. But I wanted to know more, that I was sure of. I was intrigued by the mysterious message, so I began this new investigation. I delved into the world of electromagnetic frequency radiation, determined to uncover the dangerous truth that was hidden from many citizens all around the world. As I navigated through the maze of my local library with its microfiche machines, perhaps something that the younger generation knows nothing about, and some online information, I discovered a dark truth lurking beneath the surface. Electromagnetic frequency radiation is not just a harmless byproduct of modern technology. No, it is a silent killer, capable of causing a myriad of diseases and ailments. The dangers of electromagnetic frequency radiation are far-reaching and very insidious. There were warnings and not-so-subtle hints of the dangers it would do in the wrong hands, the hands of the elitists, the globalists, and the aristocratic secret societies. And so it is, I found from the electromagnetic frequency radiation caution website that electromagnetic frequency radiation is not so innocent at all. In plain English, we are talking about radiation after all, a word that we always thought was not good. We all typically hear about radiation from sources such as UV light from the sun, X-ray radiation from dental photos, and other medical testing and diagnosis of serious illnesses. It's true. Electromagnetic frequency is radiation from everyday sources, even low levels from airplane flights. You see, electromagnetic frequency radiation is extremely low frequencies, only made more confusing by its acronym, which is, of course, ELF, which stands for extremely low frequencies. We find this type of radiation around power lines, electric wiring, transformers, and I do mean all, electrical devices. Let's start with radio frequencies and microwaves. This is radiation from everything that sends out a wireless signal. Well, we have limits on how much radiation these devices are allowed to send out. But unfortunately, often these limits are based on scenarios where we are using these wireless technologies away from our bodies. But the problems arise when we are using our phones next to our ears, our tablets in our hands, or our Wi-Fi routers near our sofas and beds, and so much more. They include devices such as Wi-Fi signals, routers, baby alarms, smartphones. We all have smartphones, smart meters, thermostats, smart TVs. Who doesn't have a smart TV? Gaming consoles, wireless cameras, wireless printers, smart watches. Who doesn't have a smart watch? Car stereos and remote controls. And from the NIH website, surprisingly, I found that radiation can also be found in induction cookers and electronic surveillance systems in stores, as well as many industrial and medical applications, broadcasting frequencies, shortwave, AM and FM radio, bulb lamps, heaters, body scanners for security control, nuclear power plants, X-ray machines, and radioactive material. And through my extensive and time-consuming research, I discovered that it was Michael Faraday, a British scientist who made significant contributions to the fields of electromagnetism and electrochemistry in the 19th century. He discovered diamagnetism and electrolysis, among other accomplishments. His work laid the foundation for many modern technologies, including electric motors and generators, and over time Faraday materials for clothing and other radiation-proof uses, such as laptop bags, curtains, and other household items, were named after the inventor of electromagnetic frequency radiation. Faraday is known by those in the know. Finding out for myself that Faraday clothing refers to garments designed to protect against electromagnetic frequency radiation, typically made with materials that have electromagnetic shielding properties, such as metal fibers or specially woven fabrics, to block or reduce exposure to electromagnetic frequency fields emitted by electronic devices or other sources. They are often worn by individuals concerned about potential health risks associated with prolonged exposure to electromagnetic frequency radiation. Unfortunately, that is a big majority of the world population. Yes, it is true. The only problem was that this protective clothing and material was not known to many and used by few. But my research wasn't over. As I remembered from a previous case, there was a sinister plot by those in power that sent shivers down my spine. It all led back to Thomas Malthus, a name synonymous with depopulation theories. In the 1700s, Malthus had devised a diabolical plan for depopulation that did not end with his death, but rather had aristocratic elites and globalist followers who believed in his plan, and guess what? Still do. And so it was, I could see that the use of electromagnetic frequency radiation would be a tool for sickness, disease, and in the whole scope of mass depopulation, as Malthus had always wanted, preying on the unsuspecting populace by way of the convenience these smart electronics offered. Those in favor of Malthus's beliefs embraced depopulation using electromagnetic frequency radiation technology, without question. Armed with this chilling revelation, I raced against time to unravel the intricate web of deceit woven by evil depopulation believers. With each clue I uncovered, the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, painting a grim picture of a world on the brink of a catastrophe by way of electromagnetic frequency radiation, a silent and extremely effective killer. I refused to be a contributor to this deadly game. With my unwavering determination and resolve, I vowed to expose the truth and put an end to the dastardly scheme once and for all. I knew I had to confront the current mastermind behind the sinister plot. And so it was. I unveiled the twisted motives and laid bare the heinous intentions of electromagnetic frequency radiation within the obvious cell towers in practically every town, city, state, and country. Well, pretty much the world. Many of them exposed but hidden by the naked eye. After all, if you didn't know, you didn't know. They were thought to be innocent signals by those that didn't know, with no consequences. Everything we used in our homes and when we were away from our homes had the electromagnetic frequency radiation built right in. I did this for all to see through word of mouth and podcast appearances. A lot of podcast appearances. Well, in the end, justice prevailed. Thank goodness. Thanks to the bravery and tenacity of all that wanted the truth to come out, including yours truly and the anonymous person that left the note in my mailbox. The cities and towns around the world were finally safe, free from the looming threat of EMF radiation, as the cell towers and smart devices came down and were deemed the evil they were. The dark shadow of disease and ultimate depopulation was put to an end. We all began to make a backward turn in history, utilizing the low-tech devices we knew so well from our past and telling the younger generation the harmful effects of electromagnetic frequency radiation in their health and the health of other generations to come. The change began slowly but ramped up quickly. And as I looked out over the city skyline, I knew that no mystery was too daunting, no truth too dark for my detective skills to uncover. For I was Detective Stephanie Lee, the relentless seeker of justice, fact-finder, and evidence backed by the real truth in a world shrouded in secrets and lies. But I wasn't done yet.